What's up? Thanks for joining me here. This quick video is going to show you how to use the Trading Heroes strategy template worksheet. Pretty straightforward stuff, but I thought I would just give you a quick video to give you some tips on how to get the most out of this worksheet. Okay, so the basic idea is that you want to print out these worksheet and you want to have it handy. Just have a stack of them handy. And whenever you have a strategy idea, you want to pick up one of these sheets and fill it out. And it'll really help you just sketch out your strategy and put down all of the elements that you should have in it. The first field here is going to be strategy name, and then if you want to put in a version number, that's good too. Just give it whatever name you want. Crazier the better, probably, just to make it fun. And then if it's currency pair dependent, then put the currency pair there, or multiple currency pairs or whatever. I would recommend, if you're using this for testing, to put the currency pair that you're testing there, and then use this sheet as kind of like your notes. So basically 3 ways you could use this. One is to sketch out trading ideas, the trading system ideas, and maybe not necessarily test them, but just use it as a scratch pad, and then maybe transfer some of your ideas to a new sheet when you have fleshed them out a little bit more. Second way you could use this is during backtesting. So when you backtest, it's helpful to have all of your rules written down so that you're taking trades consistently every single time based on your strategy. And then the third way is to use this during live trading. Sometimes it can get a little hectic, and you kind of wonder, okay, what the heck was that system? How did I, where's my stop loss or whatever? So you could have one sheet like this up on your wall or something. Look at, if you take a trade based on this strategy, you have all the rules lined out on this one sheet. So basically 3 ways you can use it. So getting back to the worksheet, if your system has indicators, you can put them in here. Be sure to specify the settings. For example, if you're using an RSI, are you using the traditional 14 period RSI, or are you using something custom? So time frame, it just depends on your system. Are you day trading on the 1 minute, or are you, long-term trading on the weekly? So that goes in there. And then the entry signal. How do you know when to enter the trade? What happens? Is it a moving average crossover? Is your MACD divergent? Does it violate the Kumo cloud by a certain number of pips? So be very specific on that. And I've left quite a bit of room just so that you can be more specific. And you may want to attach a couple of charts to this worksheet also, just so you can see the entry signal in action. And I could have done this as a digital thing where you just type it out and you put it in Evernote or whatever, but I think there is a lot to be said for actually writing things out. And when you write things out, you use a lot more muscles. And at least for me, it gets my mind moving a little faster, and ideas come more easily. So I think that's the value of having a physical worksheet that you write on. Okay, moving on. So stop loss, where do you place the stop loss? Be specific. Percent risk per trade. This, you may or may not fill this out, but for backtesting it's very important, and for live trading it's very important. So be sure to definitely put your risk in there and understand how much you can really lose on each trade. Okay, so I consider those the mandatory fields, right? So now we're going to move down to some other fields that are a little lighter because I think they're more optional. So profit targets, some systems just kind of let things rip, and then you kind of intuitively will say, okay, this is where I should exit. Other strategies have set profit targets. If you have a profit target, great, put that in there. When do you move your stop? If you do move your stop, if you're trading like 2 lots and you have 2 profit targets, do you move your first position, or if the first profit target is hit, do you move the second profit target to break even? The second stop loss to break even, or do you just leave it? What's the plan there? Do you add to the position? Do you pyramid? If so, what's the plan? You shouldn't get too crazy with it, obviously, but being aggressive can help, especially in trends. So do you add to the position? Do you take a partial profit? This is kind of like profit targets, but some other systems might have something where you take off half the position, and that that might, or a quarter of the position or something like that. And that will help you understand or help you remember where you should take your partial profit targets off. And then finally, reentry. If you're stopped out, what are the rules for getting back in? Do you only take 2 entries, for example? That's kind of my rule. 2 entries per idea. If they don't work, then I'm gonna cut it out, because I could go down the rabbit hole and lose a bunch of money. But that's up to you. So what are your reentry rules? Okay, so now we get to exits, and this was in bold because obviously it's it's something that you should know. So what is your exit signal? When do you get out? Is it when the moving average crosses over again? Is it when the parabolic SCR is hit, or something like that, right? So write that down there. And then there's some room for some other notes, like what conditions need to happen if you enter a trade. Do you need to be in the London session or the New York session, stuff like that. And then the next section is mostly for back testing, but possible improvements to test later. What are things that you can come up with that might improve the return on the system? I'm sure you come up with these ideas all the time, but it's generally not good to put in a new rule in the middle of back testing, or to tweak your system while you're trading it live. That can be pretty deadly. So if you have ideas, just jot them down here, and you can come back to them later, test them out. And once they've gone through the testing process, then you can put them into live trading. So this worksheet is really handy. I really like it a lot. I use it, and I hope it helps you too. It's free with your Trading Heroes Academy membership. Just go into your membership homepage and download it. And if you're not a member yet, you can just sign up for free, and you can get this as one of the free downloads. All right, thanks for watching.